Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and today I want to talk about the prospect of Resident Evil 9 being an exclusive. Not a PlayStation exclusive, an Xbox exclusive. Now, hear me out on this one. Historically, Resident Evil has always released on multiple platforms. Aside from the original Resident Evil releases on the PlayStation way back in the 90s, yes, they came out on PlayStation and PlayStation only. Yes, they did eventually come out on things like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Dreamcast, they came out on the N64, looking at stuff like that, they did eventually come out. Whereas today's releases tend to come out on every platform on the same day. They're not staggered. Now, having something as an exclusive on a platform is one way to sell that platform. For example, Final Fantasy XVI was exclusive to PlayStation 5 at the time it released. Whether it is still now, whenever you watch this video in the future, who knows? But it doesn't really matter. The idea of Final Fantasy XVI being an exclusive on PS5 was a reason to buy the PS5. How is Xbox doing? Not very well. It is without any shadow of a doubt that I can guarantee Xbox is looking around at whatever is releasing and wondering if they can throw money at it and say, let's have that on Xbox and Xbox only. It's not outside the realms of possibility. So picture this scenario. Phil Spencer approaches Capcom and says, Capcom, here is $100 million. I know that's unrealistic, but here is $100 million. Can we have Resident Evil 9 on Xbox only? Capcom would say, ooh, that's a lot of money. Obviously, they would, they're Japanese, they'd say it in Japanese, but my Japanese isn't good enough to say this bit. But they would say, ooh, $100 million, that's a lot of money. I like that amount of money. Yes, we will have it on Xbox only. Phil Spencer says, here you go, here's the check. Capcom says, thank you very much. We'll take out any records that we were doing PlayStation, Nintendo, Switch 2, whatever. And there you go. You now have Resident Evil 9 as an Xbox exclusive. Microsoft likes to throw money around, as is obvious when they come to buying Activision or ZeniMax. They just throw money around. They've got cash in the bank, so why don't they just throw money around? Well, they shouldn't really, because look at all the people they're laying off. Thousands of employees laid off in 2024 is just staggering. Yes, I know Microsoft is a big business. Yes, I know it's only a small percentage of the workforce. But when you hear several thousand people being laid off, that is just horrific. Could that money of all these people being laid off been given to Capcom for Resident Evil 9? Probably not. That's just silly to think that. But it wouldn't surprise me if Sony had tried it as well and said to Capcom, Capcom, here is amount of money, X amount of money, can we have Resident Evil 9? Now, Capcom, being sensible in all of this, would decline any exclusivity offer. It wouldn't make sense for Capcom to release only on one platform. They would make more money in the long run, hence, like DLC packs, different versions, like gold editions that they do, having on multiple platforms. So let's say Microsoft gave them $100 million for Resident Evil 9. In the long run, they could probably make $120 million, and they know that. I know these figures are unrealistic. I know that's not what you would pay for an exclusive game, but mind you, who knows? Maybe you do. But either way, Capcom would make more money in the long run. So no, I don't think that Resident Evil 9 would be any specific platform exclusive. If it was going to be any specific platform exclusive, it probably would be Xbox, because it wouldn't surprise me, like I said, that Phil Spencer would throw a bunch of money at Capcom. But Capcom are obviously sensible enough to say no, unless that number is $1 billion, but no one's going to pay $1 billion for an exclusive game on their console. That is just unrealistic, because the net value of that game is going to be so negative, it's unreal. Yeah, I know they make a lot of money from it, but no one's going to pay $1 billion. But either way, the idea of an exclusive game is something that these console developers really need to strive for at the moment. There are no exclusives. Well, okay, look, there are some exclusives, Astrobot, for example, that will sell consoles, but not like previous generations where you've had exclusives that are true exclusives, even if just for 2 years. These are what sell the consoles, and Microsoft doesn't really have anything. Sony doesn't really have anything. Nintendo does. And no, I don't think that Resident Evil 9 will be on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch 2 is a different matter, but that's a whole other video. And no, it won't be exclusive either. So, what do you think about Resident Evil 9 being an exclusive for any specific platform? I personally don't think it would be, but if it was, I would say that Microsoft will try and snipe it What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.